Well, the very first thing is I always advocate for building minimum viable products, right? I've seen lots of entrepreneurs trying to create an extremely complicated idea out of something without really considering that the reason you create a business is solving a specific problem, and mostly everything else is bells and whistles or the future of the business 10 years ahead of time. And that's not really how it works, right? Back in the early days of Facebook had profiles with very limited information, and these profiles were pre-generated for one specific university with limited registration. They didn't have events or like complex galleries or games or anything else that Facebook has nowadays, right? So most platforms started out in a very simple fashion, right? Twitter only had like one feed with 140 characters, and that's literally kind of what they do for a while up until they started, introducing bookmarks or spaces and everything else, especially in the recent years. So lots of businesses start as simple as it gets, right? Airbnb started with kind of submitting their listings to Craigslist and vice versa, and just tapping into their network and doing a lot of manual work and meeting people face to face and connecting with them instead of expecting them to just come over and sign up for their business, right? So validating the idea, in most cases, you need to solve a very specific problem. You try to only build the bare bones of that problem, which may even be, in some cases, just a spreadsheet, right? Spreadsheet of contact numbers of people to call, like test it out as a service, not a product first, figure out if it's sellable or not, just do your due diligence, right? And again, I can probably provide a gazillion examples, but again, in Facebook's point, this was a contact network for the university, right? This contact network doesn't really have to be a complex website system. It could literally be a content book of people. Test it out first. Hey, I have like 1,000 emails of students. Like, is it worth paying for? Like, do you want to have that list to invite them to parties, right? So this is kind of how it works. HubSpot, CRM system, or like pixel targeting. Okay, it is a CRM system. It's literally a contact list. Hey, I have a way to just pipe in your contacts or like import them from Gmail or like whatever it is, or gather them for the website. Do you want? Is there a need for that? You can literally go and ask people and just create one simple form or like one simple API, even with Zapier, like, which is a kind of no-code API integration tool from one system to another. Just whenever you add something to a spreadsheet, it goes to a database or Airtable or anything like that, right? So most systems, like lots of businesses that are $1 billion, $10 billion businesses or more, are a complicated automation engineering business with lots of customer support and lots of marketing, lots of sales, and kind of, it's just because enterprise grow this way, but you can dumb them down and validate them in a very simple fashion. Now, it's not applicable in 1,000% of the time, but again, take Excel as an example. Microsoft Excel, right, has tens of thousands of features, maybe millions of features. Most people don't know them. Like, the vast majority of people don't know a tenth of them, right? Google Sheets comes in and says, well, we believe that you want sheets and like be able to do tables and just do basic calculation, and here we go. That's how they started. Now, Sheets has evolved a lot more, but you get the idea. Adobe Photoshop, right? You have that, but then you also have Figma, for instance, or even InVision and Sketch and some of the other tools that only hold like 100 of the features of Photoshop, but then people only need that MVP, or they face a bigger problem with Photoshop, which is self-hosted. And you need to install it in your machine, and you can share it with other people, and that's how the other tools have been created. So it's not about the features, it's not about the complex stack, it's about solving a simple problem and trying to work directly with clients, literally selling door to door in an online terms, so that you can validate that idea and then start growing it forward if it gets traction.